like to try to do hard things every day, and this has been keeping me on top of doing hard things every day leading up to it, training to even be able to complete my segment, and then obviously every day of my segment doing a hard thing. More to just prove that I'm still capable even post my diagnosis and maybe be a beacon of hope for others living with MS. I'm a naval officer. The reason that is pertinent to all of my involvement with MS Run the US is I was at sea and I couldn't feel my left foot, and I went to talk to the medical person on the ship, and they just said, okay, well, come back and let me know if it gets worse. Fast forward 3 weeks later, I couldn't feel from my left foot to my hip, and the ship pulled into port in San Diego, California, and the captain told me to get off the ship and go back to Everett, Washington, where we were stationed, to get it looked at. And I went to the ER, told them I thought it was a pinched nerve. Well, 9 MRIs and a spinal tap later, they said, you have MS. I had never heard of it till I was diagnosed with it. And then fast forward probably 2 more weeks, I was kind of lost trying to figure out what the diagnosis meant, and I'm slowly recovering. Joined a Facebook group called Runners with MS and saw people posting about MS Run the US, and seemed really cool. Not just the relay, but the whole cause that they support. So I wanted to get involved with it and sent in an application. I didn't think I would get picked up, but here we are. My background with running, the only time I ever ran competitively was junior year of high school when I ran indoor track because I needed something to do in the off season because my primary sport was golf. But then when I got to college at the Naval Academy, the joke there was that the golf team was the JV cross-country team because our coach would make us run from the yard, which is our campus, the 3 miles to the golf course, because he would say it would give us a competitive edge of endurance. And then after 3 years on the team, I was kind of over it my senior year and started running half marathons with one of my friends, and then we signed up for the Marine Corps Marathon in 2012, and I was pretty hooked after that. Pacing myself, except for the second day, I think I got overzealous and didn't realize I had a pretty big hill finishing that day. So I just took some other people on the team's advice and started walking on my fuel breaks and let my heart rate come down a little bit so that I could finish the hills and such. The support crew has done a phenomenal job of making sure I stay on top of hydration and fueling. Usually I don't do that. I just go out with a water bottle and maybe a couple of gels and seldom eat all of them. Something I overcame this week, I think this morning probably, like I was telling you and Gabby, I rolled my ankle after a half mile and dusted myself off and kind of ran till I couldn't feel it and said I'll deal with this when I finish today. I've never run more than 100 miles in a week ever training for anything, and to only be 4 days into the week and already there, I feel pretty accomplished. What I think about MS Run the US and their goals is supporting people living with MS. I think that's probably one that I really appreciate because not everybody is fortunate enough to have great medical insurance or access to things that can help their life be easier. So the grants that MS Run the US uses to support those people, and then also all of the research that MS Run the US funds goes towards supporting, because you can't find a cure if you don't research. When you have a positive self-attitude, it actually comes to fruition. I usually don't believe in myself, but I've been making an effort to believe that I can do hard things. And I've proved it to myself the last 4 days.